Hey, welcome back to day 4 of posting for 100 days straight as a new content creator out of Canada that has, well, as of today, 4 followers. Welcome to the big leagues. You might be asking yourself, what's with these symbols in my bio? So today I'm going to touch on that. So going back a few months, early winter 2025, I was pretty restless. I love plants and flowers, and the gardening season was over. I'm in Canada, like I mentioned, so we get true winters here. And I stumbled across something called tissue culture, or growing plants in tissue culture. So began a deep dive on interesting houseplants, rare houseplants, what they're sold for, and how you can propagate them and grow them in your own home in large numbers. I quickly discovered a wonderful content creator named Lore, and her channel is at Plants in Jars. She's a must follow if you're interested in this topic at all. And I didn't know anything about tissue culture, or TC as it's often abbreviated to. And her passion and her storytelling and her delivery is quite funny. And she really inspired me to begin my own TC journey in my home and create my own home lab. I began this part of my journey by trying to order some really cool, rare, interesting plants from Etsy sellers, many of which were overseas. I even tried to buy some from some whatnot sellers in the States. And it turns out that importing plants to Canada is very strict. We have some pretty difficult obstacles to get plants this way. So hopefully in the future, I'll be able to get those plants, but I got stopped repeatedly. So, out of frustration and necessity, I have begun my own pursuit in growing plants in tissue culture in my own home lab. Tissue culture, in a nutshell, is cloning plants in a jelly-like consistency medium that primarily has sugars for food and hormones to help them grow and nutrients, things like that. And you can grow these plants in the hundreds or arguably even thousands. You just have to take a small piece of the plant, which is called an explant, and you clean it really, really well. And then you put it in this medium and put it under some lights and allow it to grow. And you can continuously create these plants. And now this is not a new technology by any stretch. It's been around for a long time, I think like 100 years or something like that. But it's actually used widely. The produce we buy in our conventional grocery stores, a lot of that is grown from tissue culture because it allows you to clone the same plant and get those repeated characteristics that you're looking for. Same is true if you're going to a conventional nursery or a greenhouse and buying your plants from there. They use tissue culture all the time. So it's very, very widely used. And the benefits of tissue culture, like I said, you get repeated characteristics. You actually get quite resilient plants. They're typically pest free when you receive them, and you can grow so many of them in a small space. So if you don't have access to a large greenhouse like I don't have, then you can grow plants in your home and in smaller spaces. In my next few videos, I'm going to show you my lab setup and what it costs me to do this. And I'll also introduce to you some of the new plants that I am getting in from other Canadian plant sellers that are small off Facebook or even Etsy. We have had some success there. So yeah, keep following. If you like plants and flowers, then this could be a good place to be. Have a super day.